in Li Cheng's stunned gaze, Luchuan jumped out. The spiritual power has long been exhausted. He didn't have time to react. Luchuan has come to him, stopped the hilt on his heart. Li Cheng did not lose sight of this. Instead, he completely recognized Luchuan's strength. Lose persuasively. In the audience, everyone couldn't believe it. The gap between the 8 layers of Hongwei Qi training is so big. A certain Link faction mage felt even more. I've lived with dogs all these years. The attainments of the formation are not as good as those of a sword cultivator. However, the most serious slap in the face was the Princess Octopus Maple. He scolded the characters a lot because of Luchuan. I didn't expect the elder to be absent during this period of time. His disciple unexpectedly solved a problem of cultivation. It's really gratifying. Weizong is really talented. Everyone is outstanding. It is truly worth a lifetime of congratulations. Congratulations. Only Yu Linglong still has a straight face. What is there to celebrate in a mere competition? There's a long way to go. Even if he is lucky enough to solve the problem of cultivation now. If you fail to capture the quota of the 4-square secret realm, what will happen to the subsequent cultivation? Does it really make Liu Muang girl's life not long? Although you say so. But in his heart, he still hoped for Luchuan. Don't waste Liu Muang's painstaking efforts. It's not in vain for him to go to great lengths to find the king of medicine. At the same time, Luchuan and Li Cheng leave the stage of the competition while bragging about the business. Just then, system reward, sudden settlement. It was a memory fragment. Unequal glacial reaction. The fragments melted into his body. A strange memory appeared in his mind. It's all about him and Li Cheng, but it was different from what he had just experienced. The memory of him is not only unfamiliar, he also severely injured Li Cheng, attracted countless disciples on the stage to curse. But later, he still brought the pill to visit Li Cheng. I know I can't beat you, so iron. The memory behind is intermittent. Among them are Yanajimaru and other elders from the same family. He also has himself. He was battling countless monsters. But the final image? It was Li Cheng who blocked the monster's sneak attack. He died of his injuries. The only last words were to let him live. Fierce emotions in memory instantly pulled Luchuan back to reality. This is my memory. Then he turned to look at Li Cheng. Ask Brother Li. If a colleague encounters a great disaster, will you help? They were the masters and apprentices that everyone envied. But Luchuan can only become stronger because of his identity as a transmigrator. Unable to upgrade cultivation, it's always a gas training period. Become a waste known to everyone in the sect. And the master realized it is the most talented fairy in the past 100 years of the sect. But for Luchuan to cultivate again, the opportunity to give up one's own reasons in this life, travel thousands of miles to seek medical treatment. Now back to the sect. The first thing I see, it was his own disciple who was blocked at the door. I want to kill him. It turns out that since Luchuan defeated Li Cheng with one sword, he not only became the target of the sect elder's attention, also entered the lurking sect. The Bosch Mingden of Zhou Yuchen. But he didn't know that Luchuan's realm would not increase. Its strength has already reached the realm of refining. He also volunteered to go to Shaozhou Peak to re-enter the Five Elements formation. To prepare for the future, infiltrating Shaozhou Peak and shooting Luchuan. Turns out I'm the lamb on the chopping board. Luchuan and the great divine ability pulled his soul away on the spot. Modified in his memory, Luchuan discovered the decent disciple who had been taken away. There are as many as a dozen, in order to ensure that the feet of the horse will not be exposed. The demon cultivator also deliberately left a memory. Its purpose is to take advantage of the opening of the Four-Square secret realm this time. We'll enter the secret. The young cultivators from Shaxinggu in the border have been wiped out in one go for bloodstains. However, Zhou Yushin will not know. At this point, the identities of the prey and the hunter have been switched. Luchuan modified his memory. I just feel a little dizzy. Nothing unusual was found. Although I have not succeeded in breaking the formation, but also a lot of benefits. Next time you encounter the exquisite array, presumably more relaxed. Yu Luchuan heard the words. A smile arose at the corner of his mouth. Harvest! This time I have to thank you, fellow Taoists. Gave me some insight as well. That's a pretty profound insight. At the same time, many black-robed people in Misty Valley wear luminous tokens. Walk carefully in the cave until a white-haired woman walks out. Kiki knelt down and addressed the sect master. It turned out that they thought their sect master was trapped in the grain. I especially came to inquire with the birth token. The white-haired woman didn't appreciate it. After taking the token, let everyone follow him to do something. But no one notices. Behind them, an illusory giant snake is slowly spitting out its temper. Come to Luchuan. The sect gift is coming to an end. He also started the second match. Its opponent. He is Wang Liyuan, the direct disciple of Elder Wang Yu of the Law Enforcement Hall. Early stage of foundation building. Due to Luchuan's reputation, not only in front of everyone, call him junior brother. Let him admit defeat directly, lest you confiscate it for a while. Died on the field. His words made Luchuan a little puzzled. Do you have a grudge against this Wang Lingyuan? Isn't it foundation building? What the hell? Luchuan is not welcome for this. Directly reply which onion you are. Luchuan really guessed it right. This guy thinks he's a foundation builder. Awesome. Hearing Luchuan ask himself this, he gritted his teeth and raised his finger to make a gesture. Interesting. I had a cat once. Because of disobedience. Squeeze him to death. It seems that you are just like that cat. Little do you know, his arrogant words tricked Master Wang Yu. Yu Linglong and Princess Octopus Peak play. Elder Wang taught a good word. Contempt is contempt, but it is never possible to advocate violence and evil. My Moon Collection sect is a famous and decent sect. Zhuan Xuanmin Muxin Jade watching from the side? Don't forget to mock. If you open your mouth and close your mouth, you will crush the other party to death, as expected of an elite disciple of your sect. Extraordinary momentum. Wang Yu saw this. I can only use the excuse that I love Wang Liyuan too much. Promise everyone, this competition will be well governed after the end. Yu Linglong on the side smiled. He wasn't the only one who reminded the guard. Then I thought of someone. A stupid stick who can't see his disciple get hurt. On the stage, as the referee announced the start of the competition, Wang Liyuan no longer hides. A kill is a right. In his opinion, Luchuan, who practices Qi, cannot block his day. Luchuan sees this. Sneer. The weak build a foundation. Seventh Master wants to play a trick to suppress people. With a wave of his left hand, array lines pervade the body. 5-element array manifestation behind. Although Luchuan did not dare to expose his strength. But don't be too easy to deal with this kind of water fire casting Ji. Just because of what Wang Liyuan saw in her own eyes? It is he who is fighting Luchuan. In fact, everyone saw. It's the ashes he yelled into the air on stage. It turns out that Luchuan not only shot the 5-element formation, there are also patients. Wang Liyuan has competed with the air from the very beginning, until he exhausted all his spiritual power. Only then did Luchuan relieve the patient. At this time, he can only call himself emperor with his sword. I heard Luchuan's mocking voice. You want to fight me too? Don't you see what's going on now? Wang Mingyuan looked up at Luchuan in disbelief. Impossible to call directly. He has clearly cracked the formation. Luchuan uses the eyes of a fool. God asked him, "Why do you think?" You successfully cracked my formation. Only then did Wang Liyuan realize that she was suffering from hallucination. It's all hallucinations. How dare you humiliate me like that? Just you too. Tell you who you are now. Kneel down and see Wang Liyuan powerless to fight again. The referee immediately declared Luchuan the winner. Who would have thought that Wang Liyuan couldn't accept this result? I lost control on the spot and wanted to fight with Luchuan. Sword Qi Ken. Wang Liyuan's left shoulder was unfolded together with the mountain behind him. This time, the sword. Let everyone in the sect be moved. Just because of Luchuan's sword just now, it contains a sword. You must know that among the young disciples of the Moon Gathering sect, only Ling Yanbing understood the sword intent. And Wang Mingyuan, who fell to the ground with the AP, was rescued by his master and helped his unsatisfactory son apologize for the sneak attack just now. However, when Wang Yu looked in the direction Luchuan had left, a touch of murderous beads flashed in his eyes. Lukawa on the peak is worried while taking a bath. This time it exposed a bit too much. I don't know if I can talk back. Just then, Luchuan's pupils constricted. A terrifying figure appeared in front of him, trying to break through his defenses. Little do you know, Luchuan saw through his disguise at a glance. The heart is smaller than the ass. I knew this guy wouldn't let me go easily. You're going to attack me unnoticed. It just saved me a lot of effort. Yellow Moon Shirt Jaya Willow Wood Wan. I watch you very closely. Tell me how you know who I am. Obviously want to stand up for my son. He also took people to tear up ghosts. Do you want to deliberately show it to the others in the door? Sure enough, the longer the old thing lives, the more means. You are smart. It's just that the smarter the person, the sooner you die. However, just as Luchuan was about to make a move, when erasing this unknowing cause, monk. Bang! Wang Yu's figure was split in half in an instant. Luchuan hurriedly turned to look. I saw Liu Mun's cold eyes at this time, looking at the front with Morong. They are obviously masters and apprentices 100 years apart, but I silently like each other. But there is a difference between master and disciple. The two never dared to express their authenticity. Today, Luchuan was ambushed by Elder Nascent Soul.